Hello, I'm Spat Fark, and welcome to Let's Start Marking the episode 1 of my Let's Play of Dragon Age Origins. This is technically my second ever playthrough of this game, but my first one was like a decade ago, and I didn't beat all the DLC. So, my aim here is to beat the game, and then go and do all the DLC. I beat Leliana's Song, and I started the Darkspawn Chronicles, and that's all I did. I didn't do any of these other ones. Haven't done Golems of Angarak, haven't done Awakening, haven't done Witch Hunt. Tale of Orzammar, that's not a... I think Tale of Orzammar and the Shattered War are actually mods, which I'm going to do too. Yay! Okay. So, first off, a little bit of clean up. Load game. Delete. Delete. Switch character. Yeah, she's in her undies. There's a reason. This is such a good song. Dragon Age Origins. And so is the Golden City blackened. With each step you take in my hall, marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Finades, 8:13.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
they don't hold back showing, yeah, this is going to be grim dark from the beginning. Okay. The background you select will determine which of 6 distinct opening stories you play through. It also affects how characters respond to you throughout the game. Yep, it does. It really, really does. Also boobs. Right. Last time I played this game, and as I said, it was like a decade ago, I was human. I was a rogue. So that's human noble beginning. Boy, Brendan Howe. Oh, Tim Curry. Now the great thing about fantasy games is you can do whatever you want, right? So I don't have to be a human rogue noble. I could be an elf rogue baby. Data Self is the worst beginning of all of them. There, as it says, there's basically 6 different intro stories. There's 2 dwarf ones. There's 2 elf ones. There's 1 human one, and then there's a shared human elf one for mages. And that is what I'm likely to do. Is go mage. Which is not my usual thing. As I said, my first playthrough I went assassin. Now I'm trying to think of what am I going to be doing in this game. That would me planning ahead of ideas. As I said, this is my second playthrough. I know enough about the game to be able to go, okay, I want to do this, this and this. And basically I'm planning around the pie. And part of that is I don't want to take Morrigan. Because Morrigan is a fucking bitch. I don't like saying that at all. But Morrigan is just honestly a terrible, terrible person in this game. Apparently, she mellows out and gets better in like Inquisition, the 3rd one. But in this game, she's just a piece of shit. And it's hard to put it any other way. So the problem is, if I don't take Morrigan, if she's not like a main party member and I'm doing all this stuff with her, that's going to make Witch Hunt different, I assume. Let's assume that I survived the end of the game. I'm spending a lot of time with just this already, aren't I? Alright, racial benefits. +2 willpower, +2 magic. So if I was going to go mage, that would make sense. So go human, +1 strength from dex from magic and cunning. +1 strength from dexterity to con. So the kind of magic build, warrior build, goes both ways build. I'm trying to make a bisexual joke here, but I'm not that clever. Right. So I don't want to play a warrior. First off, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to be the tank. Even though it does seem like humans make best rogues. Elves make best mages. And dwarves make best warriors. I don't want to go warrior, so that basically rules out dwarf. I don't want to be human again, so I'm going to be an elf. I could be an elf warrior, but why would I want to do that? I could be an elf rogue. I've done that already. Well, not no, I was human rogue. So I think I'm going to be a elf mage. I am fully prepared to turn this bus around and go back home and restart the entire thing over if I turn out I'm just not having fun with this. So, if I'm being a mage, you do always want a second mage, quite honestly, because mages are just overpowered. You want a tank and you want a ranger of some kind. So, Leliana or Zevran, my choice there for the ranger. And it's like, well, I don't find getting constantly hit on fun, because that happens to me all the time, you know. Right, so that means I'm going to bring Leliana. If I'm bringing another mage, that's Morrigan or Wynn. As I said, Morrigan is just a terrible human being. A terrible being. So I'd be taking Wynn. And then I tank. And I have 3 choices there. There is a secret 4th choice, but you know. Actually, there's also a super secret 5th choice, but so Alistair, Shen, or Shale, and Alistair is by far the best tank. And then Ogren is like just his own thing. He's a warrior, not a tank. He's there for DPS, which is why no one likes Ogren. God, it's warm in here. I'm just out of the shower, out of a cold shower at that. So, me, Mage, Leliana, Wynn, and Alistair. That's so default. It's basic. But Sten's a 2-hander. So he doesn't have shield. It's like sword of board is way to go. Unless I want to go crazy. Obviously there is another choice much later on, but that's much later on in the game. So I'm not even going to talk about him. And then there's the other choice where I get Arcane Warrior. And I stick that on Wynn and make her the tank. And if I do that, then I could bring either Zevran as a second rogue, or more likely bring Morrigan as a 3rd spellcaster. It's just absolutely wreak havoc. Oh, right, I'm a mage. I can make myself the Arcane Warrior. Tanking is the most boring thing. Oh, God. Damn it. I'm actually... Right. Okay, fine.
Greetings.
Fine. Wow. I was doing Fallout... Oh, yeah, they're just... I have a lot of mods installed, okay? Find one that's least objectionable. Ignore the hair. The hair's going to be the first thing that comes up. Ooh, so it's not good. And then it's just start going through all the stupid colour eyes. I'm just looking for one to base off of. Man, I don't like any of these. I think that one's probably less bad if I just change the goddamn eye colour. I'll make it less bad, I said. Well, if you're gonna go redhead, I guess you might well go freckles. This is weird. I feel like I actually had what I'd come up with. PhD, right? Blush. You really need blush. Oh, wait, one question. Why must I take it off? Alright, right, yeah, get rid of that. Because if you're doing faces, the first thing you really should do is take the hair off, because then you can actually see what you're doing with the face. Yeah, the blush can piss off. Or like just black. Tattoos? Yeah, they're all terrible. Don't want any of those. Eyes. A tad bit closer together. Oh, dear about eyes to the Irish. That was terrible. I should feel so ashamed. And the fact that I don't, I should probably feel even more ashamed of. Well, that's not a lot of noses, is it? Okay, that one. Fine. Wait, actually, let's check the side. I don't know. I mean, if we could get the "it's been broken" nose. No, it's fine. We'll stick with the default. God, that's boring. Why would I make that reference? I'll see if that looks right to me. Okay, hair. Get through all the shitty default ones. Okay, I can immediately tell who did that hair. Their hair is always shit and over the top is red. Now that was a definite contender. Despite being a red hair, it's actually short, doesn't clip through everything. I think I like the earlier one more. Is that not Lady Arden's hair? All these stupid long hairs that go through everything. Like, what is the... It's like, don't forget, we took her hair off. My God, that is... You can see her scar's going back here and her hair is just... Oh, that's terrible. At least that was hiding the fact that it's not actually on her head. Yeah, that's do you good in the fight, won't it? Yeah, I mean, it's got to be that one. I would normally never pick eyebrows like that, and yet... Oh no, that's awful. I like it! I should not like those eyebrows. I just, what I put together, it's working. Okay, expression. I think that's supposed to be angry, but she looks like she's got a bee or a wasp sitting on the end of her nose. And the wasp is doing semaphore at her. No, that's the YMCA. Well, I don't like any of those. I do that. What does it do regarding expressions? Ooh, a penny. I do like how smooth that is, though. Going between them. That's actually pretty cool. But yeah, no expression. Well, I have a lot of voices here. I don't want any of those by the description.
I've lost concentration. Greetings. Greetings. Blast it! I have lost the spell. It is unharmed. I must get by. Greetings. Well, that didn't work. Well, this is odd. My weapon is useless. Greetings. I've lost concentration. I must try another tactic. Excuse me. Till we meet again. Charmed? Oh, there went the spell.
No.
Greetings. Ugh, my spell. My weapon does nothing. You're in my way. Goodbye.
How do you do? Right, casting, focus. New weapon. Scooped. Off I go.
Greetings. Ugh, my spell. This isn't working. Need something else. You're in my way. Greetings. Oh, my spell! My weapon does nothing. You're in my way. Goodbye.
Charmed. It didn't work. Oh, bother. I need something new. Move aside, please.
Greetings. I cannot cast it! It is unharmed!
Excuse me.
Greetings. Oh, that didn't work. Well, this is odd. My weapon is useless. Move aside. How do you do? Oops. Oh, where's my head? This is not good! Coming through. Greetings. No, it is gone. I should do something else. Excuse me.
Fine. Okay, I have 5 points to spend. I cannot lower any of these. If I'm going Ranger Cunning, you know, through the Rogue, I can use Cunning to replace Strength once I get that ability. So, in a moment, boosting Dexterity and Cunning, probably 2 to you, 3 to you. Go from there. I might wind up going back. Carson's always useful. So stealing. I only have 1 point. Oh. No, wait. That's stealing for people. No, don't care about that. Deft hands. Locks and traps. It's annoying, but that's probably my best use immediately. A stealth would be nice. Won't be putting stuff into archery at all. Be going dual weapon. Deft hand. Oh, I've got 2 points. Okay. Get stealth too. Or okay, so normal actually be bonus with the offhand weapon. Yeah, no backstabs. Why would you want that? The only way we can get that is to get through to these. No, stuff it is. Right. No, I'm doing it on normal. This is the PC version, buddy. I have played on normal. Oh,
For
Christ.
generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown. Not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, that we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you,
Yeah.
my dear.
It's like there's one person I don't want to be complimented by. It's Tim Curry. Playing a character. That is. Tim Curry playing a character. Tim Curry as a person. It's like he can compliment you all he likes.
My son Thomas asked after you. Perhaps I should bring him with me next time. As you get older, those years make less difference. A lesson often hard won.
I doubt she'll be receptive, Hal. My fierce girl has her own mind these days. Make her bless her heart.
Quite talented, I'm sure. One to watch.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle. Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away. Yes. There's
They hold
also
all-night
someone you
raves.
must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Not permanently, I fear.
Without their warning of the Darkspawn rising now, half the nation could have been overrun before we'd had a chance to react. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your daughter is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is my daughter we're talking about.
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I have not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone? In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lass and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Right, fatigue. Yep, it's gonna go through a bunch of these. Right, now, the thing I'm worried about is where my webcam is and where everything else is. And it looks like we're good. Right, now familiarise myself with these menus again, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time going into these. So here's me. I'm all alone in my party. Human noble. Heroic accomplishments. I haven't done shit. Right, turn that the fuck up. Oof. Okay, here's my talents. My skills. Oh look, full respec. I wonder how that got there. Oh, right. Let's change classes. Okay. Well, surely that's not fair. Well, it's like I played and beat this game without any of this shit already. Piss off. Equipped item for the select. That's really small, isn't it? Divided into two sections. Equipped item for the selected character on the left. Share party inventory on the right. You can drag and drop items between two sides or down to the quick bar. Double click to use or equip them automatically. Or right click and hold to open the radial menu to interact with items. Right, yeah, okay, fine. Let's filter this. Okay, I need 26 decks to be able to use that. I'm on like 17. That's not good for me. Prepared, well. Got that, slap that on. Kite, the shield. Right. So these are going elsewhere. Okay. +1 and +5%. +1 to all attributes, +5% monetary gain. This is the thing with the having all the DLC. You also get all the silly little items they added in. That's no good for this character. 5 health feature while exploring, 1 armor, 50% nature resistance. Won't be helpful this first part. One, I will probably change it for the moment. This is my best choice. I have 2 belts, 3 cunning, 5%. I mean, yeah. And I get to wear 2 of these rings. 10% critical backstab damage. That will be really, really good. But I've got to get a party member first, because I can't backstab without it. So, memory band. Mostly actually for the 50% experience from codex entries. That would be good as well in parties, to reducing hostility. Means I can stand next to enemies and less likely to have them target me. So it'll probably actually be Daedalus Promise Ring and Rick Oath at some point. But for now, Ring of Fire. Burn, burn, burn! Ring of Fire? 1 point spent on the skill. Skills? Right, these are skills. Ah yes, poisons. Simple potions, survival. Traps are something I did not use nearly enough of, I think. The only reason to want is it Master Stealing, or do you just need like the first level? Because there's a quest line involved in it. Your journal tracks updates to your current objectives and records the results of prior exploits. This includes quests completed as well as codex entries that describe the world around you. At the bottom of the journal screen, the Make Active button lets you designate the quest you're currently working on, which activates arrows on the map and in the game world that direct you to the next point in the plot. Yeah, that's not... Oh look, you could see the things we looked at earlier, but actually readable now. Credits for feast day gifts, feast day pranks. They actually serve a really useful purpose. There's a bug for Leliana's quest. Okay, Duncan. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. You might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfels, his father from Tevinter, his childhood was spent in the Three Marches and Orlais. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about finding recruits. Right, they got thrown out. I had somehow completely forgotten this. Because one thing that's always bugged me about this, I'll get to it when I get there. Oh, Rendon Hal. It would be good to ride into battle once more, won't it, old friend? Yeah, I'm even less sensitive. The island of Amaranthine winds along the sinuous northeastern coast of Ferelden. The waking sea is known for its temper, and the storms that sweep in from the warmer northern waters are sudden and brutal. These are the lands of Rendon Hal. He was born during the occupation, and like many of the nobles at the time, joined Prince Maric's rebels. He fought aside young Bryce Cusland, future Tern of Highever, and Leonis Bryland, future Earl of Southreed, at the bloody Battle of the Right River. It was the most catastrophic defeat of the entire occupation, from which only 50 rebel soldiers escaped alive. Although he was decorated for valour by King Marek, Howell's abrasive manners have earned him almost universal dislike among his peers. So everyone knows he's a bad one. Culture and history. However, Castle However stood since the Divine Age, when it was not an independent banner, but merely an outpost of the growing banner of Amaranthine, in the days before Amaranthine became an Arding itself. The outpost of However was originally held by the Elston family, cousins of the Howells. In the Age of Towers, however, Band Conobar Elston was murdered by his wife, Flemeth, thus ending the bloodline. Remember that name. Conobar's captain of the guards, Sam Kuzlan, took the land's title. The Kuzlans declared their independence from Amaranthine, starting a war that lasted 30 years. When the dust settled, However was on its own, and in possession of half the land that had once been southwestern Amaranthine. However became a tyranny during the Black Age, when Halia Kuzlan gathered the lords together under a banner to drive werewolves out of their lands, earning herself the title of Tyrna almost as an afterthought. Today, However is one of only 2 remaining Tyrnas, making the Kuzlan family second in rank only to the king. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. I hate saying Kuzlan. It doesn't feel natural. I have a lot of stuffs installed. Right. Okay. That wasn't the thing though. I was here to... Wait. Yeah. Oh, can I not use this yet? I had to actually use that. I have to level up to actually do it. Don't get any of those, don't get any of those. Next. Okay. As I said, stealing's not really that useful. Coercion is. Combat tactics. I'm going to be using this character most of the game, so combat tactics is going to be less important for her. Well, not non-existent. Potions will very quickly become very useful, but that will take a little while. Survival. No, there's 5. There's 5. For some reason I was counting 6. Little beans. That's worrisome. Okay. Detect present nearby. Actually, master survival plus 10 nature plus 2 physical resistances. It's like that's not bad. And detect nearby creatures is useful, but it's hard pressed to use this compared to other things. I don't need stealth at the moment. No, it improved combat training, which makes sense because in the end, combat is what's going to get me.
Good evening, my lady.
Oh, crikey! Plot helpers. Plot helpers are markers on your current area map to indicate where you need to go to progress in your active quest. Next, exploration. Use the WAS and D keys to explore the world. Alternatively, right click on the ground to select a destination. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in, forward, scrolling forward for exploration, and out, scrolling backwards for tactical combat. In exploration mode, moving the mouse while clicking in the right button rotates your view. In tactical mode, clicking in the mouse wheel lets you pan across the screen. You can only pan until your party members are at the edge of the screen. Oh, I'm going to do way too much talking in this. Oh, yeah, I've got... Oh no, this is terrible. It goes so fast. Dear me. Oh, it's just a screenshot.
Good evening, my lady.
Yeah, this is going to be a... Yep, they're just screenshots. Okay, map. Yay, M for map, that makes sense. Area map. The area map displays a top-down view of your current area. Some regions will only be revealed when you explore them. By default, plot helpers are not shown in unexplored regions, but you can change this in the options menu. Okay, kitchen, pantry, car post, chapel, study, library, atrium, your room, Focus's room. Okay, so that's pretty clear which way I need to go. So let's go the opposite one.
We will serve you while the Terran is away.
The castle is so eerie with everyone preparing to ride south. It'll be so empty.
Very well. As you say.
Hey, lockpicker. Cry the health poultice. These instantly restore some of your health. To use it, drag from the inventory into your quick bar, double click directly from the inventory, or right click on it in the inventory and select use. Stores will set more poultices, and characters who have learned herbalism can create their own, which will save you so much money. Lock type. You've just encountered a locked object. You might be able to pick the lock if your skill is high enough, or you might need to locate a key through adventure or negotiation. Well, I picked it because, you know, I told you that skill would be useful. I've already found one use for it.
Good evening, my lady. Good evening, my lady.
It is begun. Very well.
Right, skipping. I'm pretty sure that's a mod doing that. Skipping the little menus. It's just grabbing everything automatically.
As you say.
Playing far too much Fallout 4. I keep hitting key combinations.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt. Pardon my abruptness, my lady. It's simply that I've been looking everywhere for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave.
Oops.
Your mother disagrees. She insists you collect the dog, and quickly.
No,
You
we
know
all
he's
go
a
to.
Bari hound. He'll listen to his mistress, but anyone else risks having an arm bitten off. I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
Okay, controlling party members. A new party member joins you. You can take control of this character directly by left-clicking on his or her portrait or body. Alternatively, you can use the tactics menu to adjust how the AI controls them. And that's a really good point.
We really should go after your hound, my lady.
It's not what I
before
meant
he
to
does
do,
something
but
worse. Only what everyone hears. I never expected to actually see one. So few of them are hearing for Elder. I only know that once you become a Grey Warden, your old life is over. There's no going back. I hear they only recruit the most skilled. It'd be disappointing if that wasn't true. Never. You hear about Darkspawn attacking homesteads and travellers, but I thought they were just stories. As you wish. But what if the Grey Warden tries to recruit you? Have you thought about it? Begging your pardon, my lady, but you are no ordinary woman. You're strong, skilled, and easily the equal of any man on the field or off. The Grey Wardens would be fools to overlook you. I suppose you have many other options. Me? I would give anything to be recruited. Well, you know I've served your father for years, since my own father sent me to squire here. My father is a minor lord in the Bannorn, but our land is little more than a glorified farmstead.
that's not how I was
Do miss
pronouncing it.
The valleys of the Bannorn are beautiful this time of year. I take great pride in serving the turn. Still, if I had the opportunity to join the Grey Wardens, I wouldn't hesitate. With his blessing, I imagine. Joining the Wardens is the highest service one can render. I would were it my choice. Your father decided I should remain with the complement guarding the castle. I hope that's because this Grey Warden wishes to see me. Of course, my lady. Lead on.
Well, that's a little unfair. I don't think I'm supposed to have that many. Enemy. Self health below. No, below. Health is less than 30%. Use health portals least powerful. Tactic screen is a tool used to customize your party's actions to react based on current situations in combat. tactics, AI general behavior. Party members' general behavior can be configured using the drop-down menu at the top of the right side of the screen. For example, should he or she charge at enemies or be more cautious? Does this party member prefer ranged or melee weapons? Tactics slots let you set up automatic actions that the party member will take in specific situations. Obviously, the noise is coming from out there. Right. Like casting heal whenever a party member drops below 50% health. Tactics are displayed in a numbered list. Each tactic requires a condition and an action. The condition determines when to execute the tactic. The action determines what happens when the tactic fires. Tactic slots at the top of the list are the highest priority. They will activate before ones further down in the list. You can reorganize tactic slots by left clicking on the number and dragging. Tactic slot can also be temporarily disabled by left clicking on the plus symbol in front of the slot. To re-enable the tactic, click the plus again. Tactics presets. You can save and set a tactic at any time. Click the save preset button to store the current settings. Use the presets pull down to switch between different sets of conditions and actions. Jesus, well, that was a lot. Right. Annoyingly. He's only level 2. He's got a skill he can't use. Great. Right, I can't equip him. That's actually good. Jesus wept.
Very well.
We will let the dog in.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I
Oi.
swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down. Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here? It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
Oh, I've got to come up with a name. Oh no. It's like her name. I've been using Merlots for female characters for a long time. Basically since Favourite Story. Which is like my number 2 favourite game of all time. Is this a boy dog? I was gonna call it something, but it's like, no. No, that's too obvious. I'm not going with bark spawn. There's a reason for that. Combat basics. You are in a combat situation. Mastery of the battlefield is important. Zoom out, scroll backward in combat to gain a better view of the situation. You can also pause for tactical preparation by pressing space. To attack an enemy, simply right click on them. To use a talent, left click on it in your quick bar to use it against your current target. Okay. I'm just, at the moment, I'm just picking all the targets for them.
Tell me what to do. Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all. I've seen larger. They come up from the Kakari wilds sometimes. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
Good job, Cal.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones?
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead. Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lady. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
Right. I'm still not convinced of her not being a jerk. Yeah, you save. No. Batman. That was the wrong button, but it's okay. I'm going to take a quick break. I've actually updated this break screen a little bit. Oh, that's a point. Why did I put those on there? Because it's on the other things. So I put a bunch of transparency on the corners. And that means you can see on the bottom left and bottom right on this game. But you can't in the top left or top right. No, you can. You can. Right, yeah, it's definitely there. Anyway, take a quick break. I'll be back in a few minutes. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. Oh, there's a lot of hair. A lot of hair. It really needs to cut. Like, there. It kind of cut. Okay, I was catching up on the football. Apparently some racism going on in the Italy-Albania game. This is disappointing.
Thank you again for your help. Now, if you'll just hold on a moment. Yes? Adney, get moving with those casts. And Kath, do you think you can serve that to the turn with dirt from the floor all over it?
Miserable old bat.
Old bat, am I? We've got to work double time on supper, sweep out the hearths, and no complaining. Just keeping order. That's why your father keeps me on. The good maker knows I needn't take care of you anymore. Thank you for coming to your old nanny's rescue. That blasted hound is more trouble than he's worth. He is. Don't start with me. You've gotten all you're getting today. But what about you, my lady? Been keeping safe and well behaved, I hope? Good. I'm not exactly privy to your goings-on now that you're grown. Just an old nanny, never invited to your father's fancy meetings. Do you remember that bedtime tale I used to tell you? The dog that bit? Good. Then you can start.
In a dark and murky world, there was a smelly cook. Four fathers came down from the mountains.
A warhound was born to the elder bitch of a tribal chief. They named him Hahaku and gave him everything. He grew up a fine, strong pup, destined to be the partner of the chief's eldest son. The young hound became arrogant, taking food from his kin and warning them, in the way of dogs, that the chief's family would punish them if they tried to attack him. Years passed, and the time for the chief's son to take a warhound came closer. Hahaku's pride swelled, and many of the people of the tribe came to the chief, quietly whispering of this dog's bullying. With each complaint, the chief saw only Hahaku's strength and pride, and sent his people away. But as his son grew, the chief watched more closely. The day might come when his boy's life would depend on this dog. If the humblest of his people would not trust Hahaku, how could he? When the day came, Hahaku sat proudly waiting to be called, but the old chief chose Hahaku's brother as his son's hound. Hahaku was shamed, but felt no remorse. So great was his rage that he darted across the fire pit and bit the chief's hand. The chief and his son struck at Hahaku, cursing him. The hound ran into the village, seeking shelter in the tents and kennels. The other dogs snapped at him, and the tribe's people threw stones at him. Before the chief could reach him, the tribe had torn Hahaku apart. Now, what should you carry from this tale?
Beach power, HP least the greatest. The weak pull down the strong when they can. It's about justice. Respectable.
Exactly. Hahaku took advantage of a position he thought he was entitled to. But you're far too old now for an old woman to be reminding you to watch how you behave, hmm? It's a story worth repeating. That's all. Be off with you then. Tell your brother farewell before he rides off to war.
Yeah, you definitely get the impression that she's a bigot. Okay. Nothing here.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my lovely daughter. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled? You've always had a way with her. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon. You're too kind, dear girl. Didn't I spend half the salon trying to convince you to marry my son?
And made a very poor case for it, I might add.
You remember my son, Dithering. He's not married yet either.
Don't listen to her. It's good to see you again, milady. You're looking as beautiful as ever.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great pleasure, my lady. You are as pretty as your mother describes.
You would think that it would make it easier to make a match for her, not more difficult.
Perhaps your daughter simply has a mind of her own, your ladyship. You should be proud.
Proud doesn't get me any more grandchildren. All evidence to the contrary.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear.
That's because I'm not
Dithering,
leaving
I will see you
evidence
and Iona
behind.
at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your ladyship.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance. Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited. There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother. For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority. Good. I was worried you might be nervous about running the castle alone. I needn't have been concerned. If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana. As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight and make a knows
That's not
what.
why I have a bad
All the
feeling.
assurances in the world don't comfort me. But it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty and we have ours. I love you, my darling girl. You know that, don't you? Go do what you must then. I will see you soon.
Nothing. Well. Right. Oh. Okay, holding shift does that. In which case, I'm going to double back, because that's going to continue the story. I am not done stealing everything I can lay hands on. No codices from reading. Okay.
Hello, my dear girl. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History's boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect. If the mind is not exercised, it withers just as the body does. Perhaps you'd care to join me in teaching the lesson? Wonderful. Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start? Records are vague, but the Couslands became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child? Good. I'm pleased some of my lessons seem to have stuck. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Cousland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern. Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young lady.
Hey.
It seems you've already plumbed the depths of your potential, then.
Seriously?
At any rate, your family has held the tournure of
Dickhead.
Harper since before King Callan had united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Cousland battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence. Calenhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event. The Couslands are ardent royalists now, but at that time, Calenhad was unknown and considered dangerous by many. When Calenhad's army reached Highever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Calenhad won. The history between the Couslands and the House reaches back to the Orlesian occupation. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near Highever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the tourneur's center. Its Arl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over. Correct. That caused a rift between the two families, as you might imagine. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Logain, just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Kaelin, to fight the Darkspawn. Thank you for indulging an old man.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself.
This is boring. Why do we have to read books anyway? I want to learn how to use a sword. Mother says the Darkspawn will all be killed and I won't see one. Is that true?
Good evening, my lady.
She got it half right. Maybe he's... Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
That is a wonderful dog. He seems very noble and intelligent. Greetings once again, my lady. Farewell, my lady. Good luck on managing this castle in the coming months. I imagine it shall be very difficult.
Oh.
Greetings once again, my lady. Lady Landra has been very good to me. I am lucky. If I may, I see that you have no ladies in waiting. Is this usual for a noblewoman of your rank? That is a very Ferelden attitude, I think, to be so self-sufficient. My family has been in service to hers for many years. Lady Landra elevated my place as a reward for our loyalty. I hope this position might pass to my daughter. Forgive me, I shouldn't have mentioned her. Her name is Amathine. Her father died of a wasting sickness 2 years ago. Amathine is my life. You'll know when you have children. This is why your mother protects you from the coming battle. She does. Many people say she looks a great deal like me. I'm the only one who sees her father in her. Lady Landra is good to her elven servants. That is not true in many households, but I hear it is in yours. It speaks well of your
not
father
necessarily
to
the
show such
kitchen ones.
compassion. I am an open book, my lady. What would you like to know? Lady Landra's manor is not half so large as your castle, so my family lives in the alienage. There we do not stand out quite so much. In an alienage, my daughter learns what it means to be elven, as much as possible. So much of our history has been lost. That is an awkward question. What do you mean? Sometimes. But to be honest, we elves have lost much of our history. Few speak our
I'm
language
smoother than
anymore,
this.
and many do not know what being elven means. We live amongst you, worship as you do, sing the same songs, eat the same foods. I am a Ferelden woman, yet my race will always set me apart. No longer. I have little time for such things. You flatter me, my lady. I am not so pretty that suitors are lining up, if that's what you mean. Of course. Are we doing just that? What else did you have in mind?
Don't think that's.
And are you, my lady? My time is not my own, of course. But if Lady Landra's path should cross yours, I would love to see you. Another time, I hope. Greetings once again, my lady. My lady is very kind. Thank you. Are we doing just that? What else did you have in mind?
Do I have to be this blunt?
I see. I think I might like that. If I come to your door once everyone is asleep, would that be agreeable,
Okay,
my lady?
be straightforward.
Until tonight, then.
Oh, that's a quest. Okay, I was going to save the game. Let's save over this one. Talk to David.
Hello again. Your castle study is wonderful. Might I ask whose collection this is? So would I. Do you have a favorite book? Good choice. Timius's theory on the nature of dragons and how they connect to Darkspawn is quite intriguing. Yes, though I don't know when. I will leave when your father does. I'll ride as his second. Glorified squire, more or less. I'll care for his horse and armor and such. It's quite an honor. I hope so. I admit trepidation about facing Darkspawn, but I can't imagine an opponent more worthy of defeat. No more than anyone else, Is it true there is one here in the castle? Have you met him? I'd join the Grey Wardens in a heartbeat. Can you imagine destroying the Darkspawn forever, becoming a hero? But I'd never gain a Grey Warden's notice. I'll have to be happy under your father's command. Of course, milady. I am sure you have much to do yet.
Honestly, it does not seem like a bad sort. Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognised instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback, break lines of pikemen, and sight the sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Right. Okay. Silly voice time. What? Are you mad? Even the most giant of rats isn't going to present that much of a problem to anyone larger than a cat. Even the stories in the archives that tell of blight touched rats still only attributed them with the ability to spread the plague. The rats themselves got no larger than perhaps 3 feet in length, covered in sharp bony spikes and boils. Disturbing, certainly, but dangerous? This is no fancy conjured by madmen, young man. You have much more important creatures to concern yourself with. Transcript of a lecture given by Nalia, senior in charge of Hosberg, 844, Blessed Night. Blessed. 844, Blessed. No, she was later eaten by a blight rat in 846, Blessed. Right, that's a woman. Okay. Me trying to do female voices is not a good idea. Dogs and Ferelden. I've frequently asked you, my travels in other lands, to explain the dogs omnipresent in Ferelden. Inevitably, I tell my foreign questioners that there are no more dogs in my homeland than their own. In every civilized corner of Thalos, an astute observer will notice dogs are played in hunting game, keeping barns and storehouses free of vermin, herding livestock, guarding homes, and even used to beasts of burden in the mountain. It's simply that Ferelden show appreciation for the work that our dogs do. And perhaps the reason for that is tangled up in mythology. Haftar, the first man to be named Tern, the hero who united our Alamari ancestors to drive back the Darkspawn of the Second Blight, was reputed to be the son of a werewolf. And perhaps this was meant to be some comment on his temperament, or simply a way of making a great man even larger than life. But more than half the noble families of Ferelden claim to be descendants of Haftar, and consequently, many of our people believe they have some distant kinship with wolves. It's only good manner to be polite towards kin. From In Pursuit of Knowledge to Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Janativi. Okay, I'm going to have to do that voice a lot, aren't I? Yeah. Geography of Ferelden. The Kingdom of Ferelden is the southernmost civilized nation in Thalos, although some scholars dispute that claim to civilization. It is perhaps the most physically isolated of all the kingdoms of Thalos. To the east is the Amaranthine Ocean, to the north the Waking Sea, and to the south the Korkari Wilds, which in the summer months are a vast peat bog, and in the winter become a treacherous labyrinth of iced-over waterways. The Frostback Mountains guard the western border, and only a narrow plain between the mountains and the sea allows travel between Ferelden and Orlais. Most of the land in the central portion of the kingdom, called the Banorn, is open plains. These are crossed by the remnants of an ancient Tevinter highway that once connected Val Royeaux with Ostagar on the edge of the Korkari Wilds. The western part of Ferelden is dominated by Lake Callanhad, a huge caldera filled by the runoff of glaciers from nearby mountains. Lake Callanhad is home to the famed fortress of Redcliffe, as well as the Circle Tower, which houses Ferelden's Circle of Magi, I think. In the east is the vast Brazilian forest, which the superstitious locals profess to be haunted, and from which rises the Dragon's Peak, a solitary mountain that guards the capital city of Dithering. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of Chauncey Scholar by Brother Jenna TV. Oh, someone else. It's an open family's throne. The occupation left empty castles in its wake. I'm doing the same voice anyway, aren't I? Whole families were butchered in the initial invasion, and all those who couldn't or wouldn't bend knee to the Emperor's puppet king were declared traitors and hunted. Many bloodlines ended in the Chevalier's blades at dusty crossroads, in forest clearings or in freeholds. And then there were the turncoats. To curry favour with their new masters, some nobles took up arms against their brothers. They betrayed and murdered the rebel queen, an act that created even more vacant titles in land, once King Marek exacted justice. That Ferelden did not fall apart after the Orlesians left is a testament to the strength of King Marek. The old family still held grudges against those who had sided with the Emperor, and those new families that had been granted titles were viewed as interlopers. The landscape that followed Marek's coronation were tense, to say the least. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chauncey Scholar. Cal. The Mabari are clever enough to speak, and wise enough to know not to. Ferelden Proverb. Wellos's Warhound has a pedigree older than High Emperor, and a penchant for driving cooks to distraction. Controls. Tactics, area map, combat basics, health poultices, control of party members, exploration, locked item, plot helpers. Right, I've read them all. Excellent. Cool.
Oh, my lady, we were just, well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Terran stationed us here. No, my lady, of course not. Yes, my lady. Thank you. We won't forget this.
Of course, that's just made it hard on me because I'm about to try to. Can't unlock it. Cool. I'll need to remember that stair though.
As you say. As you say.
I'm not going to interrupt their prayers. Yeah, I am.
It shall be done.
It's not. Oh, God damn it.
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all.
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you. Please, child, call me Milor.
I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need. Let no man have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be. There now. I'll be keeping a vigil tonight. You're welcome to come. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me. I cannot. Many await my attendance before they march into the unknown. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
That's fair. Okay, so the thing that really annoyed me is that book is not sparkling. Right. So let's quickly check the options. Yeah, this is all quite small, but pause to start combat. I'll tick that. Enable persistent gore. Yeah, it's okay. Show similar around objects for loot, but it's only objects for loot. Which means, guess what? I'm going back through every single room in here. No? Nothing here. That's an interesting notion. Just wondering if there's, but you know, let's check it. Options, controls, key bindings. Highlight usable objects, tab. no. Like last time. Double back.
Good evening, my lady.
It is begun.
And last place for me to check. And back again because I've now discovered this. It's annoying. Third loop. Can't imagine this is interesting. But I am nearly done with this. Right, yeah, no, this is... Okay, time to get on with it. Keep required. So I have to open this one.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword,
Sword?
Oren. And I'll get you the
Sword?
mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little sister to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well. When there's a man in your life, you'll understand. One day you'll meet someone who can handle you. Mark my words.
Well, plenty of people get to handle me. They're just not the male persuasion.
Word from the south is that the battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two.
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Oren. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come? Good for him. I hope he makes it. If I were a Grey Warden, though, I'd have my eye on you. Not that Father would ever allow it. Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
No, Fergus will be fine.
I keep telling you, no Darkspawn will ever best me.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. It's like living with a pair of small boys. Thankfully, I have a daughter.
I'll miss you, Mother dear. You'll take care of her, sister, won't you?
Oh, good. How thrilling to know I'm so well taken care of.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Time you gain a level, your cat gains new abilities and improve statistics. Left click on the plus button lets your character's portrait to level up. Fine. Okay. No, it'll be a little while before I need that. Darkspawn. Okay. Oh, I've no idea what are good stats for dog. Two strength, one constitution. That's weird, I swear they were both in the same place. Day turns into night. Yes, they're sleeping in the underwear. Just sleeping.
Your hound is making so much noise. He seems so angry. I thought I heard yelling when I woke up, but now I hear nothing.
Her eyes are ridiculously big.
I'm gonna see if someone's in the hall.
Well, fuck.
fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt? What? The elven girl? But why? Her scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door.
Does Mum not know that?
Shields.
Yeah.
Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us? You don't think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose? Bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed. We must find him. And trust his mercy. What if the soldiers went into your brother's room first? Let's check on them quickly. Then we'll look for Bryce downstairs.
It is begun.
No! My little Oren! What manner of fiend slaughters innocents? How is not even taking hostages? He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor fuckers. Let's go, I don't want to see this. Perhaps we can salvage some things here, darling. Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk.
I shall do it.
Okay, wait. Precise striking. So she's a warrior, but does have some archery ability. Okay, right.
If she hadn't been here.
You should not blame yourself for that at all.
As you say.
men must be everywhere. Don't be foolish. You would throw your life away? The front gates. That's where your father must be. Listen, darling. We haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Kusen line dies here. If Howe's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me? Then let us be swift.
I hear you. Stay.
Sometimes silence is best.
Exactly the same? Okay. Let's drop it back to a bow.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here! Yes, my lady! Here they come!
Get out of my way! How will pay for what you... Nothing else to lose!
The servant died right. No, he's still here. crikey.
Order shall be given.
You will be avenged, old sage. I swear it.
Sometimes silence is best.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Kuzlan family blade lies inside. Here, darling, take my key. That blade cannot fall into Hao's hands. It should sever his treacherous head.
It is begun. None shall see.
Okay. we save it there. And time for the second break. Because I started later than I intended. It's supposed to start at 8, started at half 8. Taking a break every hour and 10 minutes ish. So this is the second break, and it's also the last one. I'll play through until around about midnight, and then I'll stop for today. So I'll be back in a few minutes. See you soon. I really need to do something about those corners, don't I? Yeah, that's tomorrow jobby though. Break soon. Okay, I'm back. Listen to all these people dying.
Enemies approaching!
Okay.
Very well.
Fuck.
Go, man the gate. Keep those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lady, you're both alive. I was certain House men had gotten through.
They killed Oriana and Oren. I can't believe. Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, your ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hellsmen out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. When I last saw the Turn, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Maker watch over you.
Maker, watch over us all.
Damn it, where's the Grey Warden?
As you say.
Sometimes silence is best.
I will need to start putting some points in Constitution at some point. Okay, below the belt, plus 5 attack, normal combat damage with minus 10 defense, minus 50% movement speed. That's not bad. that will be useful, but at the moment that's a better choice. Get them to a round number first. I mean, I want everything, but at the moment that's the most useful.
As you
Ranked creatures' names of particularly challenging opponents displayed in different colours to draw attention to the significant threat they represent. Opponents with yellow names are more challenging and aggressive than average. Orange names represent an extremely powerful enemy capable of threatening a full party of adventurers by themselves.
Come and face me if you dare. Take that. Under attack.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Sometimes silence is best.
Oh yeah, he fucked.
There, you both are.
Of course, he was orange, so he can detect me.
When you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Owl's men found me first. Almost did me in right there. I won't survive the standing, I think. Only if you're willing to leave pieces of me behind, bub.
Bryce, this is no time for jokes. Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go.
Someone must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. House men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My daughter helped me get here. Make her be praised.
I am not surprised.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, I beg you. Take my wife and daughter to safety.
I will, your lordship. But I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here?
Oh, you should have said that,
evil
Daddy.
in this world.
Daddy.
I came to your castle seeking a recruit.
Daddy.
The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
The king will see justice done. The Grey Wardens, however.
Yeah, but if something has happened to Fergus, I'm the last in the line.
Right, Bob.
I will take the Tyrna and your daughter to Ostergard to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then your daughter joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes down. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us. We will inform the king, and he will punish Howe. I'm sorry.
It's not
but the Grey Warden's
vengeance.
duties take precedence even over vengeance.
This is
I
line
think
theft.
he'll use the chaos to advance himself. Make him wrong, Bob. See that justice is done. Our family always does our duty first. The Darkspawn must be defeated. You must go. For your own sake and for Ferelden's.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our daughter will not die of Howe's treachery. She will live and make her mark on the world.
Darling,
I'll make a
go
mark on
with
Howe's
Duncan.
throat.
You have a better
with
chance
a
to escape
knife.
without me.
That was not a good line.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you. Then live, darling. Become a Grey Warden and do what is right.
I'm just so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, Pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
Okay. First chance I get, checked eventually, see if I got all of my stuff back from her. I should have.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostergard, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostergard long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Oh there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met. Your brother has already arrived with High Ever's men, but we are still awaiting your father. Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here,
Yes.
I will turn
How
my
could he
army
think he
and
would
bring
get
Howe to
away with
justice.
that?
You have my word.
How could he?
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds. We are all in danger, my friend. Nothing can be done until your brother returns, and that will not be until the battle is over. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yes, we should proceed with the ritual. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Okay, that's a little bit of nice cinematography.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Gifts. You have found a gift. You can give it to one of your party members by opening the inventory screen, switching to the party member, then right-clicking on the item and selecting gift from the radio menu. Each party member has a favourite type of gift, and certain items are so precious to a particular character that others will refuse to gift outright. The camp is a great place to give gifts because party members are sometimes reluctant to talk about themselves on the open road. Okay, I do have a lot of codex entries to read. Oh, that's right. Said I would do a thing. Probably not doing that thing. Yeah, that's longbow. Yeah, back to 2 maces. Shields. That's preventing me from getting a set bonus. It's actually a little annoying. Yeah, those are yellow because they just come back. Dog. Yeah, that's the mod where it says who it goes to. A little surprised I can't look at the statue.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere? Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now. Used to be a fortress a long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Why would you though?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it. This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible. Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest. Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does. Go on, then. Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages. Good luck to you, then.
Well, he was a fairly helpful chap.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king. Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact. And I'm sure you have plenty of that to offer. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp. Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade? Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says. It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now. Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Should it find you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the maker, go without blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some Darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
You're okay, miss.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain. Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. Oh, I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies? Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find them myself. Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand. So long as you keep it quiet.
Okay. I shouldn't be able to sell my actual gear. Don't understand the difference between these. They look identical. In which case, that one sells for more. Okay. Not selling that. Definitely not selling that. Oh, right, there it says how much I have. And basically at the moment I ain't got squat. afford one of those. Crikey. You have just gained access to your first store. You can buy and sell items. Various stores scattered throughout the world. When the transaction is open, you may use the buyback function to reverse any accidental sales or purchases at no loss of money. Once the deal is closed, however, the item becomes the full property of the shopkeeper and are thus only available at full prices. That makes sense.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Well, let me know what you'd like.
Let's look at standard goods. Am I gonna need strength to equip things? Oh, this could be annoying if I do. And I'm sure I do for the Drake skin stuff. Oh, pants. Right, okay. Oh, I'm going to need that. Okay. Ooh, okay. No helmet hack module failed to hide the helmet. It's likely due to an incompatibility with the module. For any BOTM_star. Okay, that's annoying, but lost the car.
Welcome, young woman. I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity. Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared? It is dangerous beyond its power. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous. Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware. You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance? It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not. Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well. Goodbye.
Can't unlock, apparently. Okay. Fine, let's talk to Davith.
You're not what I thought you'd be. Oh, me and Sir Knight were just betting on what the third recruit would be. Not a woman, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice. Oh, I'll watch your back. I'll try to keep my wits about me. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Okay, save with this.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me. No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving. Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example. They say he was recruited before the war up in Dithering. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right? Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you. Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation. Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine. All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
That's fine, buddy.
So? Brought me some food, have you? So hungry I could faint dead away. Much obliged. You're a kind soul, you are. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you.
Okay. Put that all into Dex for the moment, and then one more point to Dex, and 2 into Cunning, because I want to hit 24. Yeah, definitely.
My belly thanks you. At least if I'm hanged, I'll have a little weight on me.
Did I screw that up?
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
I can feel it inside me.
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the Darkspawn blood.
You there, Elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Turn Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle. Half the dogs are sick from Darkspawn blood. It's terrible.
As you say.
Excuse me, I must get the hounds. Dogs are sick from Darkspawn blood. It's terrible.
Look carefully, man. There are lots of Darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called
Very
Gemini.
well.
They're pretty common in the Hall, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new Darkspawn are coming from, or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
The last scouting party made it back last night. Barely.
What do you mean?
Only 2 of them made it, and one was minus a leg. Said they encountered some Darkspawn that was 10 feet tall, with horns as long as your arm. The injured one died last night. They said his blood was already turning black.
Maker's breath. Where are they all coming from?
Very well.
My faith sustains me. I shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. The wall before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter.
Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
Soldiers of Ferelden.
What do you need? You haven't brought more instructions from the 10, I hope. Turn Logan has changed our scouting route a dozen times. If you're not from the town, what do you want? We're busy. Make it quick. They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same. Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes? If you tried, we would kill you, and that is no joke. To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight. Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say the tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill. They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children. My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
How do you do?
Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle. Half the dog...
Didn't think so.
What is it now? Have Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. You're not the first woman to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage. And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining. Right, that was the name. You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is. Yes, sir. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before? When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started. With the mage, the Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar. Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm
That's
sure
not
the
really
revered
true.
mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech. Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them? Right, that Cuthurst Duncan conscripted. Not sure what Duncan sees in him, to be honest. Keep an eye out, maybe we'll see the other one, or I can track him down later. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Party members' tactics. If you're not controlling the party members' act according to tactics you set. Select Alistair by left-clicking on him or his portrait. Now open the tactics menu by clicking on the highlighted icon or pressing backslash. Backslash. Does nothing. Yeah, that does nothing. Okay, use the conditional tactics slots to design custom behavior for each character, or simply select preset tactics to use Alistair as defender, which is what I'm actually going to do. Cool. Okay. Ah, that's actually better for him.
What would you like?
Ooh. Ah, there he is.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about. Sir Jory is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Eamon. I was not aware they permitted women to join the Grey Wardens. None of those I've seen thus far have been. You obviously impressed Duncan, and that's enough for me. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance? As am I. Has anyone told you about it? I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
You got your food and water. Now off with you.
Okay, okay. It's gonna be a new save. Number 2.
Greetings. King Caelan is not in his tent right now? I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible? That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen. She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it. As you wish.
Well, now. That was definitely something.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business. How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn. He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity. I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Loghain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are. I suppose you have a message for him?
Yeah,
Hold
message.
on,
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume. You impressed His Majesty nonetheless. He could not contain his excitement over your meeting. Caelan's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden? Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You look familiar. Have I seen you at the Landsmeet? The king told me of his promise. I'm certain he has every intention of following it through. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you? If Caelan has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
is Marik's son and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep that in mind, as should you.
Okay, right. And this is where I save the game, and I'm going to stop here for tonight. Yeah, turns to the main menu because it's got lovely music. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. I will be back tomorrow, where hopefully I'll actually start on time. That'll be 8 o'clock UK time, and we'll do another 4 hours of this. Even though this is still all tutorial stuff, I'm still enjoying it more than I was Fallout 4 by the end. Yeah. Oh boy. Definitely a good decision switching over to this. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Ta-ta for now.